Off Route 78 this afternoon. An ice jam caused the river to swell on top of rain and melting snow that we've seen. The road is closed right now until further notice.
Yeah.
Well, and you always point out it doesn't even matter how deep it is. You know, if you drive in some puddles, you can get swept away depending upon how quick that water's moving.
If you can't see the road, that's a big thing there. So the old saying, turn around, don't drown, it comes in handy when in a situation like that. Of course, we'll monitor the Rock River. That's the impact because there was an ice jam located between Erie and Prophetstown that's causing that. That makes it a big concern for areas even downstream near Joslyn going into Moline. Something we'll continue to monitor as we go through the next couple of days. It was nice to get a little relief from the soaking rains that we had around here yesterday. Lots of clouds, broken clouds than anything else, but all is dry. We are keeping an eye on this next weather disturbance across Kansas and Oklahoma. There's some snow, but also that little magenta color coming back. That's indicating a light mix going on there, and that is expected to make its way across our forecast as we head in the next 12 hours or so. The purple shading that we are seeing here, these are all winter weather advisories. And that winter weather advisory does make its way across some of our hometown, just south of the Quad Cities, right along Highway 34 and points southward. This winter weather advisory in our local area does go from 4 a.m. to about noon. This is where we could be seeing a little bit of some snow added to maybe a little ice accumulation, maybe about a tenth. So put those together, that will make travel very difficult come about early tomorrow morning, and that is something we'll continue to monitor. Let's show you the progress of it and what we expect to see as we go through the rest of the work week, because this wave is going to set the tone for some more active weather going into the weekend. We make our way to about 6 a.m. Temperatures will be right around 24 degrees, and you can see that pink shaded color coming on in. Doesn't look very impressive, only because the fact that the intensity of the moisture is going to be very light. We may be talking about some light freezing drizzle mixed in with some light snowflakes right along Highway 34 and points southward. Now that wave will continue to advance its way north, and as it does, temperatures will eventually climb their way above freezing. So if we do see this wave making its way toward I-80, should be in the form of some light rain than anything else. And then that wave will continue to march its way off to the northwest. Temperatures by then should be right around the mid-30s. Now with this wave moving on by, the tail end of it will help grow in some more moisture by the time we get to Thursday night going into early Friday morning. That will be a brief event though, should be ending by around sunrise on Friday, allowing for the rest of Friday to be just cloudy and dry, even a little mild too. Numbers by then could be around the lower 40s, but we're not quite done with the active weather because the last wave coming in, heading into the weekend, has a chance to produce a more wider coverage of some moisture. It's all going to be coming from that area of low pressure that will be tracking just to our north and west. That's good because that allows our moisture to be more in the form of rain than anything else, and that should be arriving on Saturday. It's also going to pump in some slightly warmer numbers with temperatures expected around maybe close to 50 degrees. Main snowfall with this track will stay well off to our north and west, but that track can always change, okay? So we'll be keeping an eye on it in the days ahead. Right now, the Quad Cities 29 degrees after a high of 31. We'll only drop it down around 24 degrees. It should be dry as we go pretty much through the overnight hours, but the big concern will be our hometown south of the Quad Cities. That's where we see that light mix expected. Otherwise, a cloudy day with a high expected of 36 degrees. Taking a look at your 8-day outlook, and you can see nothing really too cold. In fact, temperatures 40s, even a couple of 50-degree temperatures will be in store as well. So looks like we get to enjoy a little bit of that early next week before we see some more active weather, Jim, by about this time next week.
Pretty mild temperatures at least.
Very much so.
Still ahead, the